From the day we enter the workforce, we are trained to play a very specific game with money. Trade your time for a salary, give the government a cut immediately, and try to save whatever happens to be left over. But the households at the absolute top of the economic ladder, the top 0.05%, opt out of this cycle. They have shifted their focus away from working for taxable income. This chart compares normal taxable income to the wealth of the ultra-rich. That towering block on the right represents over $8.5 trillion in unrealized capital gains. That is financial growth the government cannot touch. These mechanics are structural features of the economy, coded into the tax system and accessible to anyone with a brokerage account or a property deed. The financial system relies on the majority of the population staying focused on generating taxable income. Meanwhile, the owners are building fortunes using a three-step sequence: buy, borrow, die. The strategy begins with a reversal of how you view money. Workers seek higher salaries. The wealthy seek ownership of appreciating assets. The tax code is engineered to take a piece of your money the moment it changes hands as income, but it ignores the silent, ongoing growth of assets you already own. This line graph shows a simple investment. You buy a share of a company or land for $10, and over decades it grows to $100. Because you haven't sold it, that $90 of profit is an unrealized gain. You owe nothing. Because the IRS only taxes you when you convert that growth into cash by selling, the wealthiest families refuse to sell. They acquire broad market index funds and commercial real estate, and they hold them indefinitely. Building real wealth requires pulling your capital out of the universe of taxable transactions. You park your money in assets and let compounding do the heavy lifting in total silence. But if you never sell your assets, a very obvious problem arises. How do you actually buy a house, a car, or even your daily groceries? The solution is to access the cash value of those assets without letting them go. You use your portfolio as collateral for a loan. This unlocks a specific rule of the tax system. Borrowed money is a debt, not income, and therefore it is tax-free. To see exactly how much leverage this provides, let's look at two investors, Peter and Richard. Both have spent years building a $1 million portfolio, and both decide they want to buy a $300,000 house. This diagram tracks what happens next. On the left side, Peter takes the traditional route. He sells $300,000 of his portfolio. The government steps in and takes a massive slice in taxes. Peter gets less house and his wealth drops. Worse than the immediate tax bill is the permanent damage to his future. By liquidating that money, Peter destroys its ability to compound. That cash will never grow for him again. Now look at Richard on the right. He goes to a lender and borrows $300,000 against his portfolio. Because it is a loan, he pays zero tax. He gets the house, but his original $1 million portfolio stays intact. That intact portfolio continues to grow. If his investments average an 8% return, that new growth easily outpaces the interest rate of his loan. The profit dwarfs the cost of borrowing. While the middle class is taught to avoid debt at all costs, the ultra-wealthy use it surgically. Interest is a small strategic fee paid to access cash today, ensuring their primary compounding engine never slows down. Eventually, we reach the limit of the strategy. What happens to decades of untaxed growth and outstanding loans when the owner passes away? This triggers a provision in the tax code known as the step-up in basis. This timeline shows a property bought for $100,000 that has climbed to an $8 million valuation. Normally, that massive gap is a severe tax liability, but upon death, the legal baseline of the asset is reset to its current market value. The historical gain is erased. The family inherits an $8 million portfolio. If they decide to sell every asset the very next day, they will owe zero capital gains tax on those decades of growth. Typically, they do not sell. They hold the assets, let them continue to appreciate, and start the exact same sequence over again. The step-up in basis acts as the ultimate reset button, a legal mechanism that ensures generational wealth bypasses the tax system designed to drain the resources of the working class. Modern wealth is the result of specific financial engineering. While low-interest loans against a portfolio often require a six-figure balance to secure the best banking terms, The foundation of this strategy is the buy phase. You start by mastering the first step, acquiring assets you vow to never sell. It starts by retiring the worker mindset. You stop day trading or panic selling your index funds every time the market dips. Instead, you commit to holding your assets through the unglamorous, boring years required to build something permanent. Instead of upgrading your lifestyle with every pay raise, you funnel that excess cash into buying assets that you vow never to liquidate. Financial freedom becomes possible the moment you step off the exhausting treadmill of taxable income and begin playing the quiet, patient game of infinite ownership.